Rode some pretty fun bikes today.
Yeah.
We all got a lap on the few laps on the Yeti 5.5C.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys think?
I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. And what I thought was awesome about it is how it climbed. I think with that Switch Infinity link, like you just don't get hung up on anything. It's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, when you know those really crux sections in our test lap where you kind of feel like if you're not in the right part of your pedal stroke, you're not really on it. I mean, it just didn't even seem to have any sort of hang up there. You know, it just floated right over it. Yeah. So you have this like incredible climbing capability, and then as soon as it starts going down, it's equally as capable.
Totally on board.
Yeah.
Really good with small bumps. I mean, 29 plus Switch Infinity. I mean, it was, it just gobbled things up and down. So, but
have you guys gotten to ride many of the other SB bikes with the Switch Infinity platform?
I rode the SB5, so the 27.5 wheel
yeah.
bike, and I had kind of a similar feeling when I rode that, and it was kind of funny. I had that same feeling of it not getting hung up, being really supple and like cruising through really chunky sections on the downhills.
And on this, you got the added bonus of 29-inch wheels, I think, over the SB5.
Yeah.
For those types of climbs.
Mm-hmm.
I would say compared to the 4.5, I would say it didn't climb as well, but it's probably just the extra, that 160 mil fork up front. It's got a 66.5 degree head angle, but for something that's that slack, it doesn't seem to be that much of a compromise when you're climbing.
I don't think so. Like the thing that I love about it is it feels like a bike you can climb all day, take on big adventures, and then as soon as it goes downhill, it's just like ultra capable. You know, it really like touches a bunch of different categories for me.
That's what stood out in my mind on this, is that everybody talks about the Quiver Killer bike, and you know, which we're not supposed to say, but the one bike that
is verboten.
Yeah, das ist. but like really, if you really only wanted to have one bike, I think this could be a contender.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I was plenty comfortable on some of the pretty gnarly sections going downhill, but I think I climbed the best on it all day out of any of the bikes we rode.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah.
And that comes with that kind of mismatched travel concept.
Yeah, so it's got 160 in the front and 140 rear.
I've kind of always liked how those feel for some reason. Like it kind of really appeals to me to have this kind of like snappy rear end where you can kind of like push into it and kind of get that pop off stuff,
right.
You know, and just a little bit more fun. I don't know. I really love how those bikes ride, you know?
Yeah, I even think just things like the frame design, and it's got like a lot of standover, and it's one of those 29ers that makes me really feel like I'm like right in the middle of the bike, and just you can get super low on the descents and just get into it. I think it's a pretty smartly designed bike.
To get kind of nerdy and counting millimeters on it, the standover was rad. The seat tube itself was relatively long for the category. I mean, I found myself like dropping the post that extra 20 millimeters that I couldn't get out of the dropper, because it is a little bit long of a seat post. And then this is one of those bikes where if you're like me, where you're between a large and an extra large, you need to go the extra large. It's a relatively short reach compared to the rest of the.
And how tall are you? You're 6'2"?
I'm 6'1"-ish.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, 6'2" after a day on the moon.
You know what I loved about this bike too is some of the spec details, like nice short stem, wide bars, like one of my favorite tire combos. Like the Minion DHF front and then the Aggressor rear.
It's so
good.
I
just love how those tires ride. And you know, just thinking about the consumer buying this bike and just getting something where they don't change
it's just ready to rip out of the box. You know, but the bike we were riding, has to be pointed out, is it's the Turk Series X01 build, and it's $7,100, which that hurts for the working man, or the man who doesn't even have a job, or even the man who has a good job in many cases and other priorities in life. So, but they also have a $5,600 option, which is still full carbon frame. I think the only difference is it comes with a performance front and rear suspension. So that $7,100 build has the Fox Float X Evol shock, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then up front, it's got the
36.
The 36 Fit 4. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So in addition to the differences in suspension, the $7,100 build's got a lighter carbon frame. I think it's 300 grams lighter. And
That's a lot of 100 grams.
Yeah.
That's 3 of them.
You know, for a rider like myself, I'm not buying that bike for 300 grams lighter or 300 grams heavier. I'm buying it because of the Switch Infinity, you know, and just how that performs climbing and descending and that really unique feel. I mean, you're not going to really get that feel on any other bike out there. It's super unique, you know.
It is. Who do you think this bike is for? I mean, I wouldn't be able to afford it.
So
but
this particular
5,600 is something you could save up for, sell a bunch of other stuff. You know, make your priorities.
This particular build, the Turk series, it's for somebody who really is counting every single gram.
Totally.
But that's not what makes this bike valuable. It's it's the Switch Infinity.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
just having a bike with all those parts ready to rip right out of the box.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's just that super unique performance on the trail with how it climbs, descends, and just really what it's able to do on all parts of the hill, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get to ride it again. I had to wait quite a few months for this one.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.